Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
Welcome to episode 71 of Adventures and Mousecapades.
Today we're going to give a blow-by-blow breakdown of everything that happens in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. There may be some spoilers.
Good songs.
There were some good songs.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really good movie. It's one of the best Marvel movies that have come out in a long time.
There's a lot more dark themes in this one, so maybe parents take a look at it first before you have anyone under 10 watching it.
Oh, yeah, it's a good call. Mm-hmm. That's a good call.
But it can get
a
very
little rough.
good.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's very good. Yeah. We're not going to be talking about that.
No. This is not a movie review podcast.
No. That would have been our review anyway. We are crap at reviewing movies. It was good.
I have a few other thoughts, but
Yeah. This time we're actually going to talk about upcoming trips and things we haven't done that we want to do. It's going to be a little shorter than some of our hour-long episodes that we were trying to make them an hour long, but it just
You mean this is actually going to be a quick review instead of what our standard quick review is?
Uh-huh. We just get to talking, but we're not going to do that much today.
No. This will be a short palate cleanser, we'll call it. The amuse-bouche of a podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of amuse-bouche, which is a French word.
Is it?
Well, it's technically two French words.
Uh-huh.
You've got some Paris stuff coming up.
I do. We finally broke the news to our daughter and her best friend that they're going to accompany me to Paris for a graduation trip. And we are leaving on June 12th, I believe it is. We arrive on June 13th and we'll be there through June 22nd or 23rd.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to be spending 4 days in the parks at Disneyland Paris, which I am very excited for. First international Disney trip.
Yeah. Exciting. One
of the things that we're also going to go to is the Disneyland Paris Pride Night, which I think is awesome that we're going to go to that. I think it's from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah,
I think.
I think that sounds right. And I think if I remember you guys talking about it, like you can get in as early as like 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
As early as 4. It's just an extra cost. We did not do that one. So we'll go in at 8 o'clock on that.
Got it.
And I got park hopper tickets for all 4 days that we're going to be there. The interesting thing about Disneyland Paris is you cannot get a multiple day pass and then have a certain amount of time to use it. It's if you do a 4-day pass, they have to be consecutive days.
Huh.
So I had to modify our plans a little bit because I was going to do like a park day, a skip, a park day, a skip.
Yeah.
But that would have been a little more than I was wanting to spend. Well, we could have done it, but I just did two-day tickets.
Got it.
So we're doing 2 days in a row, then doing some Paris days, and then 2 more days in the parks.
I love how you said that that the kids have the pleasure of accompanying you.
Well, yeah.
On the trip to Paris.
I mean, I'm awesome.
I think it's more the other way around.
No, you're not.
Where the girls are going to Paris for their high school graduation gift, and you're just there to make sure that they don't get lost in the subway or something.
The metro.
Sorry, I apologize.
Or maybe that's England. I don't know what it is. I don't remember what it is in Paris. I think it's metro.
The tube in London. So
yes. Okay, so metro. Yeah, Paris metro. Yeah, so we'll be spending some time there. I think we're also going to spend a day at Versailles, which I know I've been to, but it's been a very long time since I've been to Paris. So I don't really remember anything.
Yeah, it's been, 23, 24 years since you were in...
I was in high school, so it's been a while.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bust the bubble there of your age. I know you're ageless, but...
I don't care. I really don't. Age doesn't bother me. We're also going to the Moulin Rouge, which I'm excited for. I had to warn the girls, though. I was like, this is a cabaret show, so there is nudity involved, topless nudity. We won't do this if you're not comfortable with it. And they're both like, we want to go to Moulin Rouge. Okay, that's fine. So we will be spending an evening show there. I think it's like 9 to 10:30. That'll be another late night getting back. 'Cause I think it's about a 40-minute train ride from Paris to Disneyland Paris.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then are you going to do other stuff, the whole Parisian touristy stuff? Are you going to go to the Eiffel Tower and things like that?
Yes. Oh, definitely going to do Eiffel Tower because I hope it's not closed. When I was in Paris before in high school, the Eiffel Tower was closed.
Oh no.
So we got to see it, but we did not get to go up to the Eiffel Tower. So yes, I do plan on doing that. I've asked the girls what museum they would like to go to because there's so many different art museums. The Louvre is, of course, the big one,
Right.
but that is not a one-day thing.
Yeah, true.
And I told the girls, I was like, take a look at the museums, the websites, find out what major works that they have. And if there's ones that you specifically want to see, then we'll go to that one. Like I know the Louvre has the Mona Lisa,
Yeah.
which I've heard is very disappointing. And when I was there, I talked my girlfriends to go to the Musée d'Orsay because I asked Nama and Pop because they've been to Paris many times.
Right. Your grandparents.
Yeah. I said, what museum would you recommend? And they said that one. They had some really nice Monets there. Van Gogh's very famous self-portrait was there too. And I thought that was really
cool.
neat to see. So we'll see where we go. We don't know where we're going to go yet.
I know Caitlin has been talking to some folks that she knows at church, and one of the women gave her a package of planning books and maps and notes and stuff like that today after church to help her plan. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. I think she was saying that, like, I think she's more excited about the trip than I am, and she's not going.
Yeah, we haven't really got down into the nitty gritty of planning. We should. It's a month away, so
Yeah,
we'll get started on it
we'll
at
figure
some
it out.
point. Yeah. So that's June.
Yeah, Sterling and I are staying home, taking one for the team. Once again, Alicia will have 2 more trips to France than I do. Just like she has 2 more cruises. Now she's been to France and Paris 2
You've
times.
been to London, and I've never been to London.
True. But that was for work.
Okay.
That was a long 2 weeks. And not in London. We took a day in London, but
Yeah.
oh man, that trip, that was a long trip. That was like 16-hour days. Ugh. Anyhow,
So what's next for this year after June?
well, I think we're going to try to make it through the summer somehow. Caitlin's going to be, I think, working with your aunt in her ice cream truck business. So that'll be fun for the summer. And then Sterling will be in some camps and things like that.
Yeah.
We're not, at least as of right now, taking what seems to be our traditional end of August trip to Florida that we love torturing ourselves with for some ungodly reason. The last 2 or 3 years, we've gone to Orlando in the end of August and wondered why it's so hot here.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Nope.
No, we're not doing that. I mean, we know why it's hot.
Yeah.
It's in a swamp.
When's our next trip?
Our next trip is basically the first half of October, and we are cheating on Disney.
Yes.
Don't tell anybody. But we have ourselves on a Royal Caribbean cruise out of Vancouver, BC. On the way, it's a 9-night?
Yes, I think it's a 10-night.
10-night? We'll go with 10. It may
Yeah.
be shorter. Who knows? It is a cruise to Hawaii that we are very excited for. And then we had a timeshare offer that you get every once in a while. And this place said, hey, for $500, you can stay on Kauai for 5 nights. And we said, okay. So we're taking a boat to Hawaii and then island hopping from Oahu over to Kauai. That'll be our first time over in Kauai, which is the furthest west island or major island that you can go to in the Hawaiian Islands chain. And it is known as the Garden Island. I'm really excited to see Kauai.
Yes.
And and then we'll fly home. We're not going to swim or take a boat, but we'll fly home after that. So
I'm very much looking forward to Hawaii. I know Hawaii misses us terribly.
yes, as much as we miss Hawaii, Hawaii misses us.
Yes.
Absolutely. So that'll just be Alicia and myself on Hawaiian adventure. So very much looking forward to that and having some us time.
Yeah. We've been to Maui and we've been to Oahu. Maui has been just, Nathan, you and I have gone. We haven't brought the kids to Maui. Oahu, we have brought the kids to Oahu because that's where our Disney DVC membership is in at that one. That's really nice.
Yes. And Maui misses us specifically. We love Maui.
Yeah.
In fact, the cruise we're on has an overnight in Lahaina on Maui. So we actually get 2 days on Maui, and we are very, very much looking forward to that.
There's a couple restaurants, or at least one restaurant that we want to hit.
100%.
It's just such a beautiful island.
It is. It is. Very much looking forward to all of our excursions there in the tropics, and frankly, having, 5 or 6 sea days straight.
To really explore the ship.
We really enjoy that. And we're on Quantum of the Seas, I think.
Ovation.
They're literally the same ship.
I think it's a Quantum class, whatever they call it, but it's called the Ovation of the Seas. Yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. That'll be a fun trip.
Check out another cruise line and see what we think of it.
Indeed. We can make some comparisons, compare and contrast.
Exactly. And then our next trip is not until December that we currently have planned. And this is the end of December.
I love the caveat. As we know right now.
Yes, that we have planned. Who knows?
Who knows?
There's some things we're going to be talking about in a little bit that may change it. Who knows?
Yes.
Yes, so December, late December, I think the 16th or something, we are going to be flying down to Orlando with Nathan's folks.
Yeah.
And we're going to be joined by our college freshman daughter, Caitlin. And Sterling, of course, will be coming with us too.
Yes,
we're going to spend a couple of days in the parks before we get on to the Disney Fantasy for a 7-night cruise.
Yeah, Western Caribbean. Very, very, very much looking forward to this cruise and hanging out with my parents and kind of, they're billing it as perhaps their last hurrah and their last big travel trip. They're getting up there in the age category, and long distance travel isn't as easy or fun as it used to be. So, this will be. I'm really looking forward to this.
Well, I was going to say
we can get off in Cozumel there.
Oh yeah,
and go find a bar and take Caitlin to the bar.
We can't take Sterling to the bar though. What's going to happen with him?
I mean, we'll go to a bar that has some restaurant stuff.
Okay.
And, no, I know we have to take Sterling too.
We have a younger child. Come on.
I know.
Yes, yeah. If Caitlin wants to imbibe in Mexico, she can.
That's right. Oh, drinking age is 18.
I'm going to go back to Paris for a second because I found something out that I'm really excited about, and the girls are too. You can buy champagne in Disneyland and walk down Main Street with a champagne glass in your hand.
Whoa.
So I want to do that. I don't know if the girls are going to drink any. They may just have some of mine, but just being able to, I'm just thinking of the picture, right? Champagne glass up to that gorgeous castle.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That castle. That is perhaps the biggest thing I'm jealous of is seeing that castle in person.
Well,
it looks stunning.
It does look stunning, but the dragon underneath is going to be closed while we are there. So we'll just have to go later.
Okay,
So we can see
fair
that.
enough. You're
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
let me
yeah.
go too sometime?
Yeah, sometime, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I kind of derailed our Cozumel bar thing.
No, it's why does everything devolve into planning where we're going to go drinking?
The only time we drink is at Disney.
It is true. That's very true.
It's because we don't have to go anywhere.
That's right. I
Yeah.
mean, especially on a cruise,
Especially
like
on a cruise.
I don't need to drive home.
We're not lushes, I promise.
No, we're not. Nope.
I don't ever drink that much either.
Right.
Yeah, so if Caitlin chooses to imbibe, she can do that when we are in Mexico.
Yes. Is the drinking age 18 in France as well?
Yeah, it's like 12. I don't know.
I was going to say, like, it may be a lot lower than that now that I think about it.
I don't know what it is. After our cruise, we are going to be spending a couple of days in a house that one of our friends up here owns and
Yes.
rents out. We're going to rent it out for a couple of days. We get off the ship on December 23rd, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
And I want to go to one of the parks on Christmas. Just to say I've done it. I know it's ridiculously crazy busy, but I just want to
Yeah.
say that I have been to a Disney park on Christmas Day.
Yep.
So I don't know if everybody's going to join me. Maybe just one or two people will join me, but I want to say that I've done it. So that's what's going to happen. You don't have to?
I don't know.
I know at least Sterling will join me. Caitlin might.
We'll just have to see. My parents won't.
No, that's fine.
No.
There's tons of other
I'm-
stuff to do. Yeah.
I'm very much on the fence on whether I want to be around that many people.
I think when we're down there, we want to do the Cirque du Soleil show with everybody.
Ooh.
Right?
yeah.
The Drawn to Life.
Yes.
That was
I don't
so
want to
good.
sit as close as we were last time, though. We had really great seats. And while it was fantastic to see up close, I think we were like, we were the first row of the second section back, which is still pretty
which
close.
honestly isn't that super close if you think
No,
about
but
it.
it
'cause
felt
it's a section.
felt up close.
Yeah.
But all the aerial stuff that happens kind of in the house is like above us, and we couldn't really see that well. I would almost rather be back a little bit further
We'll have to look at the layout and
at the
see
seating chart.
because
Yeah.
there's not that many aerial things that were directly above us. I think it was maybe one section. Most of it is centered directly on the stage. There's
Yeah.
a couple things that are in the air. We'll see. We'll take a look. We'll get back to y'all on that, on what we
I
decide.
just remember when we got out of there last August, and we had Rachel and Mare with us, and the four of us, and we all kind of said, like, man, I almost wish we were sitting a little bit further back so we would have had kind of a better overview of what was going on. So I don't
That's
know.
a cool
We'll have
show,
to go. Hey, you know what? We recorded a podcast about that. We could go back and listen to that episode and see what our thoughts were,
Exactly.
which is really why we record these episodes.
So we can remember.
Yeah, exactly. What the heck did we do on that trip? Oh, yeah.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, so we're actually going to be flying in a few days before the cruise, and we'll go and figure out where we're going to stay. We'll use some DVC points for that. And then on the cruise, and then after the cruise, we're renting that house. And it's a big, huge place. It's like five bedrooms, 6 bath. It's got multiple game rooms and arcades.
Yeah.
It's got a
Stacy has decked it out.
Yeah.
Fully,
It's got like a
fully themed. Yeah.
heated pool, and because it will be, December, end of the year, December. So even in Florida, you'll need a heated pool at that point. So
It might get down to 60.
oh my gosh, and it's only like maybe 2 miles away from where all of our friends live in,
Yes,
in
exactly.
the Davenport area.
It'll be
So
nice.
yeah, that's a good bonus as well.
So after December, our next planned stuff is in April.
Yeah.
And we are going to be doing something quite interesting, quite an endeavor.
Yes.
We are not going to be doing a back-to-back cruise. We are going to be doing what Nathan calls a side-to-side. We are doing 2 cruises, one on the Dream and then one on the Wish. The Dream leaves from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yep, which is the new port and the new building that they're dedicating to Disney. I think that opens later this year. I think it's like November is what I remember hearing.
I think that'll be nice to be in a totally new area that we haven't been to before.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah,
I
very
think
much.
we're just going directly to the cruise. I don't know if we're going to be spending any time ahead or not. I don't think we can just because of school dates.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we'll fly in the day before
Yeah.
because we
You
do
got to
not.
do that. Yeah.
You just too many horror stories of people missing cruises because of an airline fiasco. So we'll fly in the day before, and then we'll. I think that's a 4-night cruise if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's the longer one. That's a 4-night
Yeah, it'll be
on the
on the
Dream,
Dream,
which we have
will
not been on.
exactly get out of my head, and, and that'll be real exciting. And then, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna rent a car from the airport, and then we'll park at the terminal there in Fort Lauderdale, and then as soon as we disembark after the 4-night cruise, we're gonna get in the car, get off the boat as soon as we can in the morning, get in the car and drive up to Port Canaveral,
Yeah.
which is a couple-hour drive, and get on the other side of our side-to-side cruise and take a 3-night on the Wish.
Exactly.
And that is something that Sterling was just begging for. He really wants to be on the Wish. So
Yeah.
we are making wishes come true, huh? Look at that.
We're also having some friends of ours join us on that cruise too.
On one of those 2 cruises, as we're sitting here, we can't remember which one. I think we're going to have our previous podcast guest, Michaela, on, and her family are going to be joining us for one of those shorter cruises.
Yeah.
So that'll be totally fun.
Yes.
I think it's their first cruise as a family. So
Yeah.
looking forward to that. In fact, that reminds me, we need to hook up with Michaela because she wants to get to planning. So
Yes.
we'll have to get that going here.
Get all that going. Yeah. So we will be 3 cruises closer to Pearl status.
Yes, and
At
potentially
the end of
4.
April. Potentially 4?
Potentially 4. I think. I mean, we're starting to bat around the idea of a cruise, probably in August.
Not this year.
No,
Next year.
2024.
Okay. Next year. Yeah.
Yeah, next year, with some other of our friends.
Yes.
And we'll see if that happens.
Yeah. They do Disney a lot as well, but they've never been on a cruise.
Right.
So that would be
They
fun.
want to learn from the pros here.
Yeah, something like that. So that may be a future one. Other future stuff. We just got some more DVC points.
Yes.
There's something that just came online this week
Yep.
that we've been banding back and forth on. Do we really want to get more points? Maybe. But
I mean-
because of where this new resort is located, it
was a
just
no-brainer.
made sense. Yeah. One of the things I've noticed when we're looking back at our trips is we are pretty much just Orlando.
Yeah.
We go to Disney World a lot, and that's because we can actually use our DVC points in
Right.
Florida with
Right.
pretty much no trouble whatsoever. We cannot do that in Disneyland. We've done it once, our very first trip after getting DVC points.
Right.
We were able to use them, but not at the DVC resort. We used them
No,
at
it was a hotel room at the Disneyland Hotel.
Yep. And we've tried multiple times to use our points there, but it's very difficult because the Grand Californian has something like 34 DVC rooms, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's a very, very low amount. I know I've written it down somewhere, but I don't want to click
It's
my mouse.
insane. It's low.
Yeah.
It's 30-ish. Yeah.
Well, they're building a new tower with 300 plus rooms, almost 400 rooms
Woohoo!
for the Disneyland Hotel.
Yes.
Nice new
And-
DVC tower. So
Yep. And points just went on sale this
points just
week.
went on sale. We got some
for
points.
Pre-sale for current owners.
Yep.
And I think it opens up to anybody to purchase. So if you're not already a DVC owner, I think point purchases open up on the 29th, 20.
It's sometime this month. It's later this
Yeah,
month.
it's later
I'm not
in
sure
May.
the exact date.
But they have a pre-sale going
Mm-hmm.
for existing owners if you want to do like an add-on kind of contract. And we did. And yep, we got some more points and are looking forward to being able to spend some time down in Disneyland.
Yeah.
I think the future holds for us some opportunities to, just take a longish weekend, fly down on a Friday afternoon.
Yep.
Sterling gets out of school. That they do an early release on Fridays most of the time, and head right to the airport and hop on a plane and come home Sunday night. And I'm looking forward to that a
Yeah.
lot.
There's a lot of things that Disneyland Resort does that the Orlando resorts just don't do. A lot of holiday type things that we've wanted to go to. The Oogie Boogie Bash around Halloween time, we've never been able to go to. We really want to.
Yeah, the Haunted Mansion overlay.
Yes.
That
Oh,
they
I love
do
that so
for the
much.
holidays, which is interesting. I was listening to another podcast, I think it was yesterday, and they had been talking to somebody with Disney World, and they basically kind of confirmed everybody's suspicion that we'll probably never see Haunted Mansion overlay, holiday overlay come to Florida because it's a 6-week load in
Yeah.
and it's a 3-week load out for that overlay for that show. And so they have to close the attraction for 9 weeks out of a year.
Yeah.
Now, if you're in California, where the vast majority of people who are visiting your park are locals, and they can just come back another time and it's not a big deal. But Disney World, I think it is a once in a lifetime or once in a blue moon kind of destination for many families. And closing a premier ride for over 2 months out of the year, just it's untenable. It's just a
Yeah.
non-starter.
I do love that overlay though. It's very
It
nice.
is a fantastic overlay.
What else does Disneyland do? I know they do the Chinese New Year celebrations. Is that what it's called? I would love to go see one of those. Just the colors and the different characters that they have.
They seem to have more rare characters make
Yeah.
appearances in California.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah. I want to go. I want to go. We can book here in another, week and a half,
Yeah, I think so.
I think, is when we can start booking with points. So we'll figure this out. There will be some trips coming up.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
a lot quicker for us to get down to California than it is to
Right.
Florida. It's like a 2.5.
Somewhere like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're very much looking forward to being able to access Disneyland a little bit more frequently than we have.
And we were able to get Disney World annual passes a couple weeks ago. I don't remember if we said anything on those or not. We finally
think
got
we
those.
did.
Yeah, finally.
Yes.
And who knows, we may need to get Magic Key passes too, depending on how often we plan to go down there.
Yeah. It's a horrible problem to have.
It is.
Really. So
Let's see, what other things do we have planned or do we want to do? I know most of the stuff I'm thinking about right now just happens to be Disneyland centric because that's just been what we've been thinking of this week. Oh, I know.
yeah.
The Disney Treasure.
Oh yeah.
When that comes out, I definitely want to get onto it.
Yes.
And it should be sometime next year. They haven't announced anything yet. Maybe there will be fall itineraries. I don't know.
Hopefully, we'll have to see how that all shakes out. I know this is the complicated part because I know our friends, the other crews that we're thinking about maybe dropping in there, they're not. They haven't cruised before.
Yeah.
And
It would be a short one for them.
it would need to be a short one for them just due to some motion sickness concerns. And typically those cruises that are, just around the Bahamas there are pretty easy on the ship movement. It's when you start doing especially like a Western Caribbean run, the Gulf can get pretty churned up there as you're getting over towards Cozumel. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Alicia wants to get on an inaugural cruise. So
Yeah, I do. Whether it may not be the Treasure, it may be the third one or fourth one, I guess, that they're thinking of, because next year may be too soon for an inaugural for us.
Yeah.
Because those are like Alaska cruise, Disney cruise prices for an inaugural.
True. But now we have more DVC points. At some point, we need to do a membership or a member cruise.
True, a member cruise, yeah.
So, we'll see what happens.
I'm okay with that.
So, yeah, I mean, if we're talking about things we want to do, I mean, I want to, I don't know, win the lottery, retire, and move to Golden Oak. Like, that's Disney relevant, right?
Okay, yeah. We'd have to play the lottery first.
Well, details. Details. Can I just have a benefactor? Just maybe I don't need to gamble. Just somebody just says, you know what? You deserve this.
Yeah.
Here's $1 billion.
Sure. Oh, there's also next fall is Sterling's 13th birthday.
Oh, yes.
And he gets a birthday trip too. It's just going to be difficult what time we do it. Caitlin's is easy because it's usually right around spring break.
Yeah, spring break.
Sterling's is right at the beginning of the school year. So not sure how we're going to do that. And he's bandied about a couple of different things. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. He said he wants to go to Disneyland Tokyo. That's
not happening for a 13th birthday
trip.
No.
I told him that. I was like, that's more of a graduation trip than a 13th birthday thing. But he wants to go to Nintendo Land. Yeah. And that's down in California. So yes.
Hey, look, we have a place to stay in California now.
Oh yeah, we do.
Oh
Imagine that. So there's that. There's also, it may be a couple of years down the line, but Universal's opening Epic Universe in Florida. And that's going to have some stuff that I know our kiddos would like to see at some point. Because there's going to be like a How to Train Your Dragon Land, which sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe someday I'll be able to get on roller coasters.
So that's what's going on in the vacation planning realm for yours truly and hers truly. And is that how you say that?
Ours truly?
Sure.
For us, for the Novox. There you go.
Exactly. So hopefully this can inspire you to plan the trip of your dreams. Of course, if that does happen, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Disney directly, to work with an amazing travel agent to plan that perfect vacation of your dreams.
If you have any questions or suggestions, or would like to be interviewed on our show to share your Disney experience, please send an email to podcast@ourmousecapades.com.
Give us a follow on social media. We're at Our Mousecapades. And if you could open up that Apple Podcast app, give us a rating and a review and a recommendation. That really helps people find us.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll be in your ears next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.
Let me do that again.